If we were talking about quite literally anybody else on the internet, I would argue I would start to feel bad at making this many videos pointing out how bad somebody is at video games, despite how much they want people to think they are good at video games. It's borderline cyberbullying at this point, but for some reason, when it comes to Elon Musk and the number of times he has tried to appear like a gamer, only to fall flat on his face, I just can't help myself. Our story starts with user Grums, who you may recognize from his horrible takes about the gaming industry over the course of the last several years. He used to be a game developer and has now turned into a Twitter user who spends day in and day out crying about woke and DEI in the gaming industry, and as a result has been retweeted and replied to by Elon Musk himself several times and has grown a bit of notoriety and celebrity status online as a result of that. Recently, a number of people have put together a YouTube expose about this user Grums that details a number of things like embezzlement and tax fraud, but also some 20 years ago, evidently Grums was the leader and ran not one, not two, but apparently 3 different fetish websites and have leaked information about all of that in this YouTube documentary. Grums has made a statement stating that because they posted plain text passwords about this endeavor, they are effectively doxing him, which simultaneously has basically solidified the fact that there is truth to all of this, and funny enough, isn't even really the story we're talking about today. I just think it's a funny side tangent. The reason I bring up Grums is he posted a tweet talking about how Hassan was playing the new Assassin's Creed game and the fact that Twitch would allow such an individual to get away with playing a game by such a big company like Ubisoft that must have paid him money to do so. This tweet was replied to by Elon Musk, who states Hassan is a fraud. Sellout would be more accurate, only to be replied to by the official Assassin's Creed Twitter account, to which they say, "Is that what the guy playing your Path of Exile 2 account told you? Epic burn acquired." Now, I understand the beginning of this story has a lot of divisive individuals in it. Between Grums, Elon Musk, Hassan, and Ubisoft as a company, I'm surprised any of you guys are still watching the video at this point. I promise it gets funny in a second. So alongside all of this, Hassan does a stream where he interviews Elon Musk's trans daughter Vivian, somebody who has been very outspoken about just how cringe her dad is, and at one point in the stream points to a fact that she and her father, when she was like 12 or 13, would play Overwatch together, and she feels like the only reason he wanted to play Overwatch with her is because she was higher ranked than he was, and he wanted to get boosted to gold because the man was stuck in bronze while his kids were like silver.
I suspect when I was like 12, he was bronze in Overwatch, and me and my twin weren't. And he would try to constantly get us to play ranked with him, and I'm like 90% sure it was just because we could carry him. And I was like a 12-year-old Hanzo main who was like barely in silver. He was a bronze Torbjorn main.
I told you it was gonna get funny. Somehow still a side tangent, not even really the thing we're talking about. But between getting ratioed by the Assassin's Creed Twitter account, between being headline news that you aren't as much of a gamer as you thought you would with the whole Path of Exile 2 account sharing debacle, despite the fact that you have now been outed by the daughter that you have time and time again claimed to not have and doesn't exist, as somebody who couldn't even get out of bronze in Overwatch, what can one man do with all the money in the world to try to reclaim some of this gaming notoriety? What could make people think you're a good gamer again? I know. Let's post a clip of us playing Path of Exile 2 to our Twitter account. That definitely hasn't gone poorly in the past. I have a lot to say about this, but before that, if you don't mind, I'd like to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Surfshark VPN. Hey, what's going on, pal? Welcome to the Sloppy Hyena. What can I get started for you? Hey, what's going on? Can I get a Reuben sandwich on white bread with mayo, mustard, and onions, please? Reuben on white? No problem, I'll get that going. By the way, we got this new combo that comes with Surfshark VPN. You want yellow mustard or deli mustard on that? Yeah, yellow mustard's just fine. Sorry, Surfshark? Yeah, Surfshark VPN is this new thing that the suppliers are pushing. You only gotta buy one subscription and use it on an unlimited number of devices. Don't gotta buy buy it separately for your phone and your laptop. You know how it is. Is light mayonnaise okay? Yeah, light mayo is good. Is Surfshark like, is that like chips in a drink? Yeah, I know it's confusing. It's a real shame that people don't take their online security as seriously nowadays as they ought to. That's why it's more important than ever to have a subscription to a strong VPN like Surfshark that lets you connect to one of over 1,000 different servers all throughout the world and anonymizes your online data so that you can browse safely and securely. You want lettuce, tomato, and onions? No, just onions, please. And okay, so Surfshark is like a VPN? It's more than a VPN, pal. It's a total security system that allows you to remain secure even when you're on public Wi-Fi, and lets you unlock region-locked content with the click of a button, so you can watch YouTube videos even if you live in China. Plus, you can add Surfshark Search that lets you ask stupid questions without being worried about being judged by your ISP. By the way, did you want that toasted? Yeah, toasted, please. Sorry, why are we selling Surfshark at a sandwich store? Why not offer Surfshark in a sandwich store? With 24-hour customer service as well as a 30-day money-back guarantee, I'd feel silly not offering it to my customers. Plus, it's as easy to download as going to surfshark.com/Sumito and using discount code Sumito to get an additional 4 extra months on your Surfshark subscription. By the way, we're completely out of bread, cheese, sandwich meat, mayo, mustard, and onions. Okay, what do you have? We got Surfshark using the link in the description, Saratoga bottled water, and a dozen bananas if you buy a bag of ice. Why are we still pretending to know how to play Path of Exile 2? This hasn't worked. I mean, listen, to be fair, I understand why this is the next logical step in deception for Elon Musk. Your original post was you playing Path of Exile 2, and you had no idea what you were doing. You didn't have loot filters, you were passing up objects that you should have paid attention to, you were mouse clicking stuff instead of shift clicking stuff back into your inventory. You can't play the game. Are you gonna learn how to play the game? No! You're spending what's probably tens of thousands of dollars to get other people to play the game for you. Why would you also spend time learning how to play it yourself? That's just stupid. But your daughter's saying you suck at video games. The internet's ratioing you and bringing up this debacle every time you step foot in the gaming discussion. You gotta do something. Fine, I'll post a video of me actually playing the game, but in order to deal with the fact that people think I don't know what I'm doing, I'm gonna move my head a lot. That'll show them. And to be fair, why wouldn't you be moving your head a lot? Because in late game Path of Exile 2, you're totally not completely immune to literally any damage that isn't a corpse explosion or a boss indicated move. You have to pay attention to everything, especially when you're gaming on a 43-inch curved monitor. Do you have any idea how stupid of a choice of monitor that is? Yes, I would like to play fast-paced video game on a screen that makes me feel like I'm sitting in the front row of a movie theater. No, my neck doesn't hurt. A few people have pointed to these icons in the lower right of Elon Musk's screen, claiming that they must be watermarks from a YouTube video that he is playing full screen. I don't think we need to fall for unbelievable bait when there's already so much real stuff here to make fun of. YouTube watermarks are just one icon. You can see mine in the lower right. It's a little black subscribe button. It's not two separate icons, which I think is either NVIDIA GeForce overlay or just mic and headphone toggle buttons. What I do feel like people need to point out is the fact that his keyboard isn't lit up. Is your keyboard plugged in? Is it possible that he's just using a keyboard that doesn't have lighting? It is. It does feel like he went out of his way to pick a headphone and microphone setup that's got RGB lighting. I feel like you have to really go out of your way to buy a gaming keyboard, because we can hear the mechanical clicks, that doesn't have RGB lighting or lighting whatsoever. Is your keyboard plugged in? I don't think it's worthwhile to take the time to hyper-analyze whether or not the clicks that we're hearing off of his mic and keyboard, there are a lot of clicks coming off of his mic and keyboard. There are too many clicks coming off of his mic and keyboard. But listen, we're going too far. I'm not going to sync them up with all the movements on the screen in an effort to make sure that everything he's doing is actually correlating to what's being seen on the screen. Regardless, it already makes absolutely no sense that somebody worth as much as this guy would spend time trying to reclaim the gaming reputation that he never really had to begin with using this clip of all things. I mean, Tesla stock is down 50%. You should probably be doing something to remedy that rather than reclaim the gaming notoriety you never had, right? I mean, people pointed out the fact that one of his Path of Exile 2 characters was online and grinding in the world map while he was on stage giving a speech. Like, nobody is falling for this anymore.
Elon! How are you there? Wait, how are you in the Sulfuric's cabins right now, Elon? Nah, Elon, seriously, bro, come on. How? Bro, stop.
I believe there's an elegant solution to all of this, and I can't believe nobody's thought of it sooner. Elon Musk has spent all this time and money having somebody play his video games for him, and as a result, he's not very good at the video game. I think you've got it backwards. You're doing it the wrong way around, Elon. What you need to do is pay somebody to run Tesla for you. That way, they'll be blamed for the fact that the stock has dropped 50% in the last 3 months, and you'll be freed up to spend all of your time playing video games, and then people will respect you as a gamer. Easy solution. Can somebody explain to me why Elon Musk feels the need to spend this much time and effort around his reputation of being good at Path of Exile 2 of all games? Like, that's not a ranked competitive, arguably it's not even like a competitive game. You don't get an incredibly high rank in that game by being good. You craft good items and then you just dump enough hours into the game to get that high of a level. It'd be one thing to say that he was very good at a video game or a high rank in a video game in something competitive like League, Counter-Strike, Valorant, God forbid Overwatch 2. If he said he was high ranked in those games, it would at least be a reflection of being good at video games, but being good or a high level at Path of Exile 2 is like the equivalent of being very high level in Cookie Clicker. Like, it's not impressive. At a certain point, it's just kind of sad how many hours you dumped into it. I feel like with any game, you can say a lot about the character that somebody plays, right? Over the course of time, if that's the thing that you main, it becomes a reflection of your character. I feel like not enough people are taking away the point that Elon Musk played Torbjorn, the short, half-man dwarf supportive character that builds turrets and overall does effectively nothing. I would argue probably the worst choice of character if you were actually trying to get good at the video game. Bro picked him because what? I'm an engineer, I build things, therefore I must Torbjorn. You suck at this. Headline news, YouTuber Sumito Media found dead in his room after being assassinated by the Torbjorn main subreddit for shit-talking the second best character in Overwatch that can build turrets. Well, that's everything I've got to say about this story. If you want to keep up to date with more funny internet news, remember to subscribe. Click the link in the description if you guys want to get 4 extra months on your subscription to Surfshark VPN. Big shout out to the patron scrolling behind me, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.